In this module, we'll perform a univariable analysis of one continuous variable using the data from our World Bank data table. It's always a good idea to use a graph simply to look at a variable with numeric data. The simplest graph with the cross-sectional data like we have here is a histogram. So let's go to Graphics and select a histogram. As is typical of data dialog boxes, it has multiple tabs, and we are going to use just two of the tabs in a rather simple way. So now let's take a look at savings rate. Savings rate is defined as the fraction of national income that is saved and its continuous variable. It's always a good idea to add a title to the graph. So we go to titles here and let's put a name. National savings rate. Simply hit OK. Before we look at the graph, notice that completing that dialog box generated this text. This is actually a data command. It is recalled up here in the command history, and if I click on it, it appears down in the command line. And that's what actually doing the work. A new window opened containing the histogram of data. In a histogram, the horizontal axis is always the variable of interest. The vertical axis is frequency or density. The heights of the bars indicate the frequency with which a range of X data values occurs. So that in this picture, it appears that the most countries seem to save at a rate of something, let's say 15 to 18%. Some save nearly nothing. Some save as much as above 50%. Those are unusual. The typical pattern here in this case is near 20%. This histogram is skewed, meaning that it is asymmetric, out of balance left to right. In histogram, we always look for the shape. In this case, climbing steeply from left and then extending to the right. We always look for the spread out dispersed for these values. We can express numerically what we see in the histogram by calculating some summary statistics. So let's minimize this histogram and go to Statistics. Select Tables and Tests, Descriptive Statistics, and Summary Statistics. Now select Savings Rate. Notice that in this window, we can add multiple variables. You can also select the second option here, which says Display Additional Statistics, to know more about other statistical measures. Hit OK. You see here we find mean, standard deviation, variance, other graphical measurements, and other measures of concentrations that you will find discussed in your readings.